Current state of affairs. The bunk is apart except for the front and back panels. Got everything sitting there, ready to go get duplicated. Considerable amount of parts here. Gonna drop the other side here. Same deal, I just need to pop a couple of rivets. I just don't want it to hit the car. So, thankfully with my little rolly cart, I can do that outside. No worries. Now the whole bottom row here, which you can't really see right there, there's a line of rivets with about a 2-3 inch spacing along the bottom. And those are all hucks. And to drill out a huck is way more harder than drilling out a buck rivet. Buck rivets, they're like aluminum. It's a really soft metal, non-ferrous. If you ever notice when I'm grinding a buck rivet, there's no sparks flying. But when you are grinding on these huck bolts, it is sending sparks flying, and they're a lot harder to drill out. So I got to do that whole bottom with the grinder. I don't want to mess with it too much. It's got the serial number stamp in the corner. I'd like to leave that in there just because everything matches. And pop those 2 rivets again and we'll be good to go. Actually quite corroded, so those ones were a bit harder there because it won't just pop off. Then because it's corroded, it'll begin to almost crimp or bulge around it because there isn't that much force built up behind it to make it pop. So it's a little bit of a pain. Alright, we'll keep going. It's about the halfway point though. Murphy's Law, last rivet. here's your setup for the intake here. This top pipe only pulls in warm air from under the hood. It's not hooked up to anything special on the inside. All it does is change whether the air filter is pulling air in from the outside or if it's directed first from under the hood through the filter and then into the engine. It's pretty simple. It's just really cheap metal on the top and the side here. This is just your regular panel size material, and then the centerpiece is riveted in, and it's actually either like a cast aluminum or a white metal sort of a deal. But this will get replaced. Obviously the top pipe and this pipe can just be refitted to a new piece. Shouldn't be hard. Alright, so I know I've been doing this project for a couple years now, and I'm getting back into the area where I was cleaning up wires left, right, and center, and just little things that people do. But check this out. That's bare from there to there. I don't know exactly what wire this is. Actually, I do. This wire was for these lights. I didn't even notice this at the time, which I should have. That's really my bad. But that's almost 2 inches without any insulation, and that was tied up, kind of sitting in here. It should have been rubbing. It's unbelievable. Just another dead end wire. I pulled probably a couple 100 feet of wiring and old hoses out of the frame that weren't being used anymore. So I'm going to have to acquaint myself with a lot of this. Now this is interesting. Still has the tags on them. We can see what that is. I don't know, I'm going to assume that's amp meter. You can tell if you've got someone inside and someone outside. You can see what is wiggling when what happens. Right here's the junction box for the main harnesses right in there, but you get at it from the other side. So it's going to be a whole lot of cutting zip ties and spreading things out and having a good look at which is which. The hardest part is going to be this manifold, and they're double stacked here, so that's that's 3B. Use every wrench from 7/16 to 7/8 to get this job done. me loosen that one off. Hang on. So this should be 8, 9, it should be 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8A, 8B, 9, 10, 10B. 10B and we be done. That last one's that filter, so it can stay on the cab for now. Alright, well, it's starting to get dark. Figure this was good enough progress. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Can't wait to get this cab off now that the bunk's done. Be a whole new chunk of work ready to go as soon as it comes off. And that's cool with me. So thanks for watching.